excuse me, the lady, excuse me, you, come forward. Yes, come, no, come forward. First of all, why are you in this court in shorts?
I'm sorry, I was just, I don't know, I've never really been in court.
All right, second of all, turn your phone over to the deputy. Do not close it. Deputy Laura, if you'll delete whatever photo she took, please.
This is just...
All right, guys, we're diving straight into chaos. No warm-up, just fire. Courtroom silence gets shattered when the judge locks eyes on a woman in the gallery. Excuse me, ma'am, come forward. Boom, she's wearing shorts, and that's all it takes. The judge, not having it. No patience, no warnings. Phones start getting snatched, deputies move in, and someone actually gets cuffed on the spot for snapping a photo. Yeah, it's that kind of courtroom. Respect, gone. Tension, off the charts. This isn't some boring docket check. It's heated, it's personal, and it's about to completely explode. Buckle up.
All right, who are you taking photos of?
Oh, I was just letting my daughter know my son was okay and that he...
No, my question is, who are you taking photos of? All right, so Deputy Laura, if you put her in cuffs, since you want to be next to her son and put her in the box.
I apologize, ma'am. I
appreciate your apology.
I didn't know.
All right.
Put your phone and stick your back.
And who is Rick in the box?
He's with Charles Monk.
All right. Well, I'm sure Charles Blunt will come back and take care of you, but for now, you're going to be in the box. Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with felon in possession of a...
Want raw? You got it. The woman who dared to snap a pic, boom, cuffed on the spot, straight into the box. The judge isn't here for excuses or delays. One wrong move, and you're in the hot seat. Meanwhile, another man, Rick, gets called out, tied to someone named Charles. The connection? Serious enough for the judge to address it immediately. No sympathy, no hand-holding. This isn't kindergarten, it's war in a courtroom. Every move is under a microscope, and every word you speak could blow back in your face. This isn't some Netflix drama. This is real life. Real court. Real consequences.
Third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge. Prior to that, I do have a letter that's been penned by my client's mother, Miss Dora Jimenez. She's joining us on Zoom, I believe. Or not on Zoom, but she's watching on YouTube. She was not able to testify this morning as she had some childcare issues with her nieces that she was responsible for caring to today. I also have 14 attendance meetings for Narcotics Anonymous as the court.
Now let's crank it up. The accused, already a felon, is caught with a firearm. That's a third-degree felony. We're talking 2 to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine staring him down. This isn't some slap on the wrist. This is the kind of charge that sticks. Hard. He stands there silent, knowing the weight of his record just crushed any benefit of the doubt. The defense? They scramble. They pull out a letter from his mom, hoping to tug at some heartstrings. But let's be real. Letters don't wipe away a felony. And mom? She's not even in court, just watching on YouTube, powerless to help. Her son's future is hanging by a thread, and this courtroom? It's cold, it's sharp, and it does not forgive
Use of narcotics.
State, any objections to the court reviewing the letters and the NA meeting submitted by defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Court has reviewed the documents that you've submitted to court. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just he is accepting responsibility. He is remorseful. He's made attempts to show he's part of the solution and not the problem here by acknowledging responsibility in this matter. We're asking the court to consider the facts of this case, the circumstances, his entire cooperation with law enforcement throughout that investigation, and to show some leniency considering those facts and circumstances.
Let's cut the fluff. Defense rolls out proof of Narcotics Anonymous meetings, trying to paint a picture of redemption. Sure, he's showing effort, but in this courtroom, good intentions mean nothing if your actions still scream guilt. The judge asks for objections. State stays silent. But that silence, it's deafening. Every document gets a cold, sharp glance. The narrative builds, but it's hanging by a thread. And here's the hard truth echoing across the room. Mercy isn't handed out for participation trophies. If you want a second chance, you better show transformation, not a temporary cleanup job. This judge, she's seen every trick in the book and she can smell fake from a mile away.
All right, State, is there anything you wish to say with regards to sentencing?
The only thing that I wish to say is that while I do not doubt the sincerity of the author of the letter in support of Mr. Gomez, I am somewhat skeptical of its accuracy in terms of its judgment of his character. That's all, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State, you may be excused. All right, is there anything you wish to say, sir?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Nick Gomez Jr.
All right, what do you wish to say?
Well, I just really wanted to say this is the first time I had.
Now the spotlight's all his. And man, you can feel the pressure crackling in the air. The accused rises, voice trembling, hands fidgeting. He starts talking about mistakes, about wanting to do better, about being misunderstood. Classic last-ditch stuff. But the judge's face? Unmoved. This isn't story hour. It's sentencing time. The room stays silent, watching every word he says like it's under a microscope. One wrong sentence, one slip-up, and it's game over. This moment isn't about feelings. It's about facts, consequences, and whether the court believes his change is real or just courtroom theater.
Doing what I had to do, I got me a job. It was my first time getting an actual real job. I'm an excavator operator. I would work underground utilities. It was the first time I ever did an income tax check. It was my first time not going back into the crime of what I used to do or things that I used to do. It was the first time I was trying to be a father, a good, productive citizen. They led up to this point. I've made a lot of wrong choices in my life, but these two choices I made, I felt they were good. It's just I feel like my past has caught up to me, and just how they said in my character, I get judged on my character a lot. You know?
All right, so I'm reading, I read the steps. I always read everything. And even though I know the count was waived, it's a part of your stipulations, and there's meth involved.
This is raw, unfiltered human emotion. No lawyers speak, no filters, just a man laying it all out in front of the judge. He's not asking for pity. He's begging for a second chance. Talks about trading the block for a job site, dirt under his nails instead, of blood on his hands. He's not perfect, but he's trying. That's the message. But even as he stands there, cracked voice and all, the weight of his past is heavy in the room. The court isn't just listening to his words, they're reading between the lines. Is this redemption or regret because he got caught? The line between the two? Razor thin.
Your life back on track and doing the right thing when you have family to take care of and you have meth in your vehicle.
Yes, well, the gun and the meth, well, to that day, I had just got promoted at work. And in that promotion, while I was getting dressed, I moved my son's backpack. Well, those are two
Wait, I'm
items.
sorry, you moved what?
My son's backpack.
All right,
Those
so you're
two
saying,
items I find inside. So as I take it, I'm thinking, all right, well, being a dad, I got to tend to this. I need to get to it, but I also have a job promotion with all my foremans. So as I go, I pulled over to see. I had been working all that whole week. When working that whole week, long hours, I pulled over. I went to sleep for a little bit.
This is the part where sympathy meets a brick wall. He says the meth wasn't his, the gun was a mistake, and the backpack? Just bad timing. But here's the brutal truth. None of that flies when you're standing in front of a judge holding receipts. You can feel him unraveling, trying to make sense of how it all spiraled out of control. The promotion, the job, the kid, it's all supposed to show he's changed. But meth in a school bag and a firearm, that screams danger, not redemption. This court isn't here to feel sorry. It's here to make sure consequences are delivered. And this man just stepped into the lion's den with nothing but excuses.
I mean, I couldn't just stop what I was doing right then and then to tend to my to tend to that right then and then, I had to do the job promotion.
All right. And so you're saying,
I'm not trying to place the blame on
No.
anybody
I
at all.
understand. So you're saying you just grabbed the backpack and put it in the vehicle?
No, once I found it, I just took it.
So did you take the backpack or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. The court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. All right. We can go off the record. I want you to know that I strongly considered your mother's letter, but when you look at your criminal history, it's not good at all. You've been to prison 2 times before. So in actuality, your minimum really is 25. So for you to have received 10 years, you'll still have time to get your life together and get it back on track. But you're not allowed to have any weapons. You're a convicted felon. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just like that, bang, the gavel drops. 10 years. The courtroom goes silent. You can hear hearts sink. The judge delivers it with chilling calm. Credit for time served, but don't mistake it for leniency. She read the mom's letter. She saw the emotion. But that record, it spoke. Louder. 2 stints in prison already. And this was strike 3. The freight train was always coming, and he didn't step off the tracks. The judge even admits it could have been worse. 25 minimum. But she gave him 10. Not out of mercy, but out of principle. This wasn't a second chance. It was the final stop. In her courtroom, justice doesn't bend. It lands hard.